Hello, breastfeeding moms. I'm just here to just talk about my breastfeeding journey with my little one. I only have one child, and it's a boy, and he's 13 months. Um, his birthday was on March 11th, and right now I've pretty much got like the feel of breastfeeding and everything, and I guess I'm trying to figure out how long I want to breastfeed my little one for. Just trying to be nosy. But the thing is social pressure. You have tons of social pressure, and coming from family members, um, random outsiders, they all want to know, okay, so when are you gonna stop breastfeeding, or your child is getting too big, or just different things that they may have their opinions about with breastfeeding, and how long you should do it. So that is pretty much what I am going through right now. But for Victor, he doesn't want to stop breastfeeding. He still uses the breast as his main substance or source. So he's really, every now and then he'll do like some table food, but it's like few and in between. It's very rare when he does. So sometimes he'll put stuff in his mouth just to get the taste and the texture of it, but he's not interested in it and doing the table food solely yet. So right now, pretty much about every 4 hours, he nurses on demand, and he does that since I'm a stay-at-home mom. So pretty much I've just got to the point where I have cut out one of his night feedings, because I would do the co-sleeping, and he would just nurse himself to sleep, and then it got to the point where I would be drained, where I wasn't getting any sleep or just couldn't function the next morning. So I had to come up with an action plan and had to have him to be transferred to his crib so he can sleep on his own independently. So the feeding that he would usually get up to do around 3 o'clock, he stopped doing that and started sleeping probably about 6 hours, because I usually like to have him go to sleep around 11, just because he doesn't sleep for a long time. So if I put him down at 11 and he goes to sleep, he usually wake up probably around 5:30 or 6 o'clock. So I found that somewhat works for me, but I may be altering his sleep cycle a little bit later on. But right now he sleeps in his crib independently, and I pretty much would just put him in his crib as he fell asleep from nursing, and I'll put him on a pillow and then transfer him to his crib. And I just kept doing that, and that was pretty much his process of knowing how to be in the crib. Sometimes he'll wake up and cry when he realized I wasn't with him, but pretty much he's gotten to the point where he knows the drill. When it's nighttime, I put him in the crib, he knows that, okay, I need to go to sleep. And sometimes I'll put on the rain noise or the ocean sounds or baby lullabies, but most of the time, if I forget, I just put him down and he goes to sleep and he's good to go. Sometimes I do let him lay down in the bed with me if I'm like really tired and I don't want to deal with putting him back to sleep when it's like night or whatever. And then sometimes I'll just let him cry and go to sleep and wait until 6 o'clock come, and then I'll feed him and do the next feeding. But it's a ongoing process. Just because I think it's more so for him, it's not about the substance of like nourishment and stuff. I think it's more so the comfort. Like, I think he's more so of a comfort feeder. So he'll just sit there and nurse and be beside me and just be comfortable and just stay like that for he can do that pretty much all day long if he want to. So sometimes I try to and I do the coconut water. That's like an alternative, like when he's thirsty or needs some hydration, because now it's summer, it's becoming a little bit more hot. It's spring, but a lot of times he'll use the coconut water, and that'll be like alternative if I'm not breastfeeding, and he would use that solely as his alternative if I don't have like breast milk saved or whatever. Right now, since he's breastfed, a lot of the time, breastfed babies are very attached, and he has a very what you call it? He gets very anxious when he don't have access to me. So if someone else is supposed to take care of him, or if I let my mom keep him, or someone else that's in the family keep him, sometimes it can be a little difficult just because he, is so attached to me. And sometimes he'll be okay or fine and figure it out on his own, but he has really bad attachment anxiety. So that's one of the things I'm trying to work with him currently with. But other than that, he's a pretty good child. He is easy to work with, and he has his moments when he cry and try to have his way or whatever, but we usually work through that. But I plan to make more videos about my breastfeeding process or breastfeeding journey with my little one. I guess for the duration of us, of me nursing. And since he's a year old, I'm trying to aim at 2 years for the breastfeeding, but I'm not sure. I may wait to 18 months, but we will see how it goes. Like I said, I want to aim for 2 years, but I guess it just depends, because I guess like the main thing is like the social anxiety, because I know my mom the other day had mentioned like, oh, he's becoming a little bit too big. When are you gonna sit there and wean him off the breast? And then I think my husband was sitting there saying something about he's getting big, and he need to be a big boy, or he can't. He was trying to tell my son that he don't want him to sit there and just be nursing all the time or whatnot. So I'm trying to figure that out. So let me know if you have any questions or comment, or if you have any advice. Let me know about your breastfeeding journey as well, and how old your little one, and how long you've been breastfeeding. So I'll talk to you all later, and I'll see you next time. Bye.